And good afternoon. Welcome to a late edition of Ask a Lawyer on Facebook Live. I'm attorney Michael Bender.
And I'm attorney Allison Tilton, and we are the Gray Legal Group.
Well, we want to welcome you to today's video and remind you that the contents of this video is for general information purposes only. Nothing should be taken as legal advice for any individual case or situation. The information is not intended to create, and receipt or viewing does not constitute an attorney-client relationship. With that, we'll get to the first question here for Allison. Can I get divorced faster if there is a legal separation agreement in my case? My husband and I are currently legally separated but living together. We want to get a divorce and agree on everything except custody of our children. How can I get a divorce quick?
Okay, so like many questions that I receive, I'm not entirely sure what the facts of this are saying. However, with regards to getting a divorce quick, the quickest you can get divorced in terms of terminating marital status is 6 months and 1 day from the date of personal service of a summons. So for instance, if you filed for divorce and then you waited quite a bit of time to serve your spouse, that 6 months and 1 day clock does not start running until the time that they were personally served. With regards to the rest of this question, a legal separation agreement, what I'm not sure on is whether or not this is a filed legal separation or it's a filed dissolution. But even if it was a filed legal separation and you've entered a judgment on legal separation, if you then want to convert your case to a divorce, you're still waiting that 6 months and 1 day. So there's really no way to make the process go any faster. Anything to add, Michael? You've always got something to add.
Thanks. Well, with saying that there's a legal separation agreement, in my first take on this was that there was already a legal separation in place, especially since the additional information was they can't agree on custody of the children. Can't agree on something, really no agreement is totally in place. So status, 6 months, sorting out the children might take a little bit longer.
Correct. Let's go on to our second question.
My turn.
Michael's up. Can I take my daughter on vacation out of state if father does not agree, even though I've given him notice? Our current custody order gives us each half of Thanksgiving, but I want to travel out of state to be with family and my sick father. I have given notice to my ex-husband, but he has threatened to call the cops if I travel out of state during his time. I sent him a certified mail, but he says he won't agree.
I feel like this is one of those law school questions that gives us additional information that we don't need. Typically, when you have an order, now when you file a case, yeah, you can't take kids out of state, but when you have orders, really it goes to you can't take the children out of the country. So here, the fact that unless the order specifically states you can't take the children out of the state, that really is a non-issue here. What I see as being the main question here is, hey, you have an order for Thanksgiving, it's 50-50, whether it's morning, afternoon, that's how I would take that. That is the court order. Certified mail means nothing at all. Just because you send something by certified mail, okay, you can prove that they received your request or your intent to change the order, but that doesn't mean just because you sent it by certified mail you can change, break, violate the order. Because that's in fact what you're doing is not allowing the other parent to exercise their court-ordered time. If sick father, if there's an emergency situation where you hate to say it, but this might be the last time that you see your sick father out of the state, that may rise to the level of an emergency. You can go in on an emergency basis or an order shortening time because Thanksgiving is right around the corner and get court orders. But you're going to need a court order in this case, not just, well, I told him, so therefore I'm going to do it. Anything to add there?
No, I think that about covers it. That was very thorough.
Thank you. Well, thanks for joining us on Ask a Lawyer. Join us each week as we as we discuss family law issues important to our community. If you have a legal question or topic you'd like us to address, go to thegraylegalgroup.com and click on Ask a Lawyer. We'll see you next Tuesday.